Hey, just update that last video about the beast and everything. Hey, just chill out, quiet. What? 10 years, 10 years, 10 years with the Badger, and I'm talking. I have never seen a mind so. Brains put it backwards better. Oh, poor woman is a torture soul. I've never seen anything like it. But back to the video, I was talking about the beast and everything, and do understand that the information that I received, it goes through like your feelings have a count. I think I've talked about that. The feelings that you have, and the cool thing about this whole get up was, and this is what kind of really took me to a side of not understanding how we could have all these stories about they did this and they did that and then they went here and God told me to do all this stuff and he said go over here, and because the only communication I get is from a place of feeling. Like all my feelings have a kind of count on them where there's a code to it. Like say the feeling of happiness is a 4, a feeling of love is a 9. It has a count where what's great is, and everyone should know this, that they want every one of us individually to live. Living is the most important thing. Going places, seeing many things. Because until you live and have first-hand experiences, that's the only thing that will actually have value. So a first-hand experience or learning something for the first time, that at that point it has actual value. Once something has been learned and then passed down, it slowly loses value because it becomes a majority. It doesn't have the same value as something that is a first-hand experience. Individuality in living is very, very important in living a full, content life. So you don't beat yourself up about the small things. Don't beat yourself up about things that you do. If you don't feel bad about it, or if you know it's not affecting someone else, do it. Don't feel bad about even cursing and stuff, because they don't. How is someone gonna powers to be the light above, dark below? How are they gonna have a boy that says they know English all of a sudden, or what? So they're not Spanish? I mean, who's to say? That's why you gotta discredit some of this stuff that's just nonsense. Because I've kind of been looking into it, and these people that are talking about, oh, and he said this, and then Joseph said this and that. Reminder, I need to go note to oneself. Back in the day, let me give you a little heads up with reality and how the mechanics of society used to work back then. It was called lead in the water. It was called canals. It was called getting the comforts and the luxuries of having water inside a village or town, hundreds of years ago, 500 years ago, BC, AC, however you want to, slice it. Or the Egyptians, why do you think they all went batshit crazy and the society broke down? Because the really wealthy, the top tier, they had the luxury of always having water coming right to their little sink back in the day. Same thing back when all this stuff was written. They were all suffering from dementia. Lead poisoning was corrupting the whole part of the society inside the towns, all that stuff. And then you'd have these little, farmers that didn't have any lead in their water, that would come into town and be like, these people are all batshit crazy. What's going on? They're cutting heads off and shit. They're doing this, they're doing that. They lost their moral compass because lead poisoning. So I know that there's no one talking, and all these people talking about the end of time, and the Bible's saying this, and we got to follow this, just as this passage that. Bullshit. Really? You think if they could get that much information back in the day, that detailed, don't you think we'd be talking to them on a regular basis if they could communicate that fluently with us? Wrong. It's all a joke. They're trying to sell us just a whole bunch of BS, and it's just there's no value in those words. It doesn't create a feeling. I get no feeling from something that I know I can't relate to, that something that might have happened. Doesn't sound too plausible, but nah. But what I do know is real is the feelings I have gotten from above, down below, and I start seeing all those 6s lined up in front of me, and I saw the 9, and I got this feeling. I was like, what is that 9? Is that still a 6 upside down? And then I swear I seen this patch where like the dark opened its arms and it was like, oh no, walk through, just go ahead. You know, this is our invitation to you, showing that you have safe passage. Okay, let's roll with it. All right, I accept. I'm in. You know, game on. Dark. And that's when, boom, 3 equal parts. We come together as one. Light, dark. They don't talk to me. It's about feelings. Feelings are universal. Think about the codes of the feelings that you have inside. And think about, you know, feelings are the most important thing we all share. And you get good feelings from first-hand experiences, you doing something. But I've never read a book and gotten a feeling, sometimes, very rarely, but it had to be something good. But I can't read a book and get that feeling of love, like from, you know, seeing a friend I haven't seen in a long time, or going to seeing your family or your mom or something, or, you know, for you haven't seen them in a long time. That feeling that you get, that, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here feeling, that's what they recognize, and that's what we need to go for. So I'm just a messenger. And I was talking to a friend from my past life last night, actually, and she needed to hear a lot of this, and she was very at peace and relieved with the fact that she knows that she doesn't have to beat herself up about the small things, she was very, very curious, because she knows I'm not making this stuff up, because this is just not my gig at all. This is not my style. I don't even like talking to people. I don't even like being around people. Like when I had a company, I used to always have to be on stage, always have to be talking to people, and it was like a performance where for me to get there and talk to you, or to talk to you on the phone, I mean, you have to pay my ass. I mean, I got to get paid. I mean, that's how it used to be. Everyone have a good week. I've seen some views. I mean, I'm talking to my family and friends. I don't care who this goes out to, but I know that I've lived a full life before 42. I know that also my line of work used to put me in front of 5 new faces, 5 new successful faces each day for 20 years. And like I said, I thought I lived a whole full life before 42. Thought I was gonna die, and they did take my first life. Who else would do that? And why? So when they gave me this, or they started getting this all pushed through me, who else would they give or pull aside to do this to? They wouldn't do it to a family man, a guy that has a family and stuff. They can't focus and concentrate on the task at hand, or he wouldn't even recognize it. I mean, who is out there that really honestly felt like lived a full life before they were 42 and they're ready to go, like I was? And when I was saying I was afraid of being the beast, I'm not afraid of me personally. I am not afraid of, I mean, I'm happy I made it this far, and I've never been afraid of any of that stuff. I'm more afraid of what it means, like in Alterma, because I care about people. I don't want to see anyone get anything happen. Nothing. I don't want to see anything happen. I hope not. But I think everything's good. It's just, it's the beast that walks beside the priest, or the light. The light has the backing of the beast. It must be pretty important. We're gonna get this stuff done. So, let's do this. Much love. Bye.